Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. In this video I'm going to discuss gardening for beginners. Tips for growing a beautiful garden. As you are watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Growing a beautiful garden can be both a rewarding and challenging experience. For those who are new to gardening, the process can seem daunting. But with a little planning and guidance, anyone can create a stunning garden. Whether it's a vegetable patch in the backyard or a flower bed in the front yard, gardening for beginners can be as simple or complex as desired. From understanding soil quality to choosing the right plants and flowers, there are a few essential tips to keep in mind to ensure a successful garden. With the right knowledge and dedication, gardening for beginners can be a fun and rewarding experience. Understanding soil quality. The first step to successful gardening is understanding soil quality. Different types of soil have different nutrient levels, pH levels, and water retention properties. Before planting, it is important to test the soil to determine its characteristics. This can be done with a soil testing kit, which can be purchased at most garden stores or online. The results of the test will tell you what kind of soil you have, and what kind of plants will grow best in it. Additionally, it is important to ensure that the soil is well drained, as plants will not thrive in standing water. Once the soil quality is determined, it is important to add nutrients as needed. This can be done with organic compost, manure, or mulch. Adding organic material to the soil will help to aerate it and provide essential nutrients to the plants. It is also important to ensure that the soil is not too acidic or too alkaline. If the soil is not balanced, the plants will not be able to absorb the necessary nutrients for healthy growth. Choosing the right plants and flowers. Choosing the right plants and flowers is essential for a successful garden. Different types of plants need different levels of light, water, and nutrients. It is important to research the plants before purchasing them, to ensure that they are suitable for the climate and soil type. If there is any doubt, it is best to consult with a local gardening expert for advice. When choosing plants, it is also important to consider size. Some plants can grow very quickly and take up a lot of space, while others are more compact and can fit into a smaller area. Additionally, it is important to consider the amount of maintenance required for each plant. Some plants require more water than others, while some may require deadheading or pruning. Consider these factors when selecting plants for a garden. Planting and harvesting tips. Once the plants have been purchased, it is time to begin planting. When planting, it is important to dig a hole that is the same size as the root ball. If the plant is in a pot, carefully remove it and loosen the root ball before planting. Then, place the plant in the hole and fill it with soil. Gently press down on the soil to remove any air pockets and water the plant thoroughly. When planting vegetables, it is important to consider the harvest time. Most vegetables can be harvested as soon as they are ripe. However, some vegetables, such as tomatoes, can be harvested before they are fully ripe. It is important to research the type of vegetable before harvesting, to ensure that it is ready to be picked. Additionally, it is important to consider the seasonality of the vegetables. Certain vegetables can only be grown in certain months, so it is important to plan accordingly. Garden care and maintenance. Once the garden is planted, it is important to take care of it. This includes watering the plants regularly and providing them with the necessary nutrients. Additionally, it is important to keep the garden free of weeds and pests. Hand weeding and mulching are two effective methods of weed control. For pest control, natural methods, such as companion planting, are recommended. It is also important to prune the plants regularly. Pruning encourages healthy growth and helps to keep the plants from becoming overcrowded. Additionally, it is important to check the soil regularly to ensure that it is not too dry or too wet. If the plants are not receiving enough water, they may become stressed and die. Organic gardening basics. Organic gardening is a popular and rewarding option for those who are new to gardening. Organic gardening focuses on using natural methods and sustainable practices to grow healthy plants. This includes using organic fertilizers and compost, and avoiding the use of synthetic chemical pesticides. Additionally, it is important to consider the type of plants being grown. Some plants, such as tomatoes, are particularly sensitive to synthetic chemicals, so organic methods are recommended. Organic gardening also requires careful planning. Before planting, it is important to determine which plants will work best in the garden. This includes considering the soil type and climate, as well as the amount of sunlight and water the plants will need. Additionally, it is important to consider the type of pests that may be present in the garden, and how to control them without the use of synthetic chemicals. Tips for growing vegetables. Growing vegetables can be a rewarding and satisfying experience. When growing vegetables, it is important to select varieties that are suitable for the climate and soil type. Additionally, it is important to research the type of vegetable and determine the best time to plant and harvest it. Most vegetables will need at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day, and should be watered regularly. Additionally, it is important to mulch the soil to keep the roots cool and moist. When harvesting vegetables, it is important to pick them at the right time. Most vegetables should be picked when they are ripe, but some, such as tomatoes, can be picked before they are fully ripe. Additionally, it is important to harvest vegetables regularly, as this will encourage more growth. If the vegetables are left to over-ripen, they may not be as tasty. Tips for growing herbs and flowers. Growing herbs and flowers can be a great way to add color and interest to a garden. When growing herbs and flowers, it is important to select varieties that are suitable for the climate and soil type. Additionally, it is important to consider the amount of maintenance each plant will require. Some herbs, such as basil and rosemary, require regular pruning, while some flowers, such as roses, require deadheading. It is also important to consider the type of soil that the herbs and flowers will need. Most herbs and flowers prefer a well-drained soil with a neutral pH level. Additionally, it is important to research the type of flower or herb before planting, to determine the amount of sunlight and water it will need. Most herbs and flowers prefer full sunlight, but some, such as impatiens, prefer partial shade. Benefits of gardening for the environment. Gardening is not only rewarding for the gardener, but it can also be beneficial for the environment. By choosing plants that are native to the area, gardeners can help to create a habitat for local wildlife. Additionally, using organic gardening methods can help to reduce the amount of synthetic chemicals that are released into the environment. Growing vegetables in the garden can also help to reduce the amount of food waste, as homegrown vegetables are often fresher and more flavorful than store-bought. Gardening can also help to reduce the amount of water that is wasted. By using drought-tolerant plants and mulching the soil, gardeners can reduce the amount of water needed to keep the garden healthy. Additionally, planting trees and shrubs can help to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, as they absorb and store carbon dioxide as they grow. Conclusion. Gardening for beginners can seem daunting, but with a little planning and dedication, anyone can create a beautiful and productive garden. From understanding soil quality to choosing the right plants and flowers, there are a few essential tips to keep in mind. Additionally, it is important to consider the benefits of gardening for the environment, such as reducing water waste and increasing wildlife habitats. With the right knowledge and dedication, gardening for beginners can be a fun and rewarding experience. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and click on the notification bell.